Hey guys, today I'm surviving 100 days in My Hero Academia, but not as a hero because this is me surviving 100 days as a villain. I had All for One's powers because I think he's really cool and thought his power would be fun to play with. My goal for this video is to claim my rank as the #1 villain, defeat all heroes, and finally steal the best day quirks. I'm also going to try to kill a Nomu and All for One once I think I'm powerful enough. Also, only 5% of you guys are actually subscribed, so if you do end up enjoying the video, please consider subscribing. I mean, you can always unsubscribe later, but why would you do that? Anyways, enjoy the video. I spawned into the world with my All for One quirk, then spotted a student and a SWAT officer. If you don't know, All for One's power is essentially stealing the powers of others. Therefore, I went to the student to check what power he had. I knew the SWAT officer wouldn't attack me since I was still a civilian as I just spawned in. I stole the student's quirk, which was electrification. I've never had this kind of power before, so let's see if it's any good. I then attempted to steal the SWAT officer's quirk, but he didn't have any, so I left him alone for the time being. I decided to put my new quirk to the test, and there were chickens around, so you can guess what I did next. That's right, I tested it on the chickens, and I really liked the effect the quirk gave since it looked so cool. I noticed a thug nearby and wanted to see how strong I was against a bad guy because I was going to become the #1 villain. So I went to confront him and hit him once and he died. Looking back, I think he was already weak from another fight, or maybe I'm just that strong. I then looked at my stats card, which revealed what quirk I had, my rank, and my level. You could increase your stats on the next page. I have to say this biome looks amazing, and keep watching because near the end I end up doing something really cool with these two mountains. Then I killed a few animals and I have to say the effects are incredible, and this mod has definitely improved a lot from the last time I played it. I then started mining my first tree, which was unlike your typical Minecraft tree since it took longer to break, and I just had to break the bottom layer and the rest would fall by itself, just like in real life. Using the wood, I only made a pickaxe because right after I got cobblestone and made cobblestone tools. While I was collecting some coal and extra cobblestone, I saw a sludge villain, scavenger, and chomper, so I went the other way because those villains would kill me in a heartbeat. I slaughtered a couple more animals which provided me with a good amount of food. Then I built 2 furnaces to cook my food. I saw Inessa and another hero battling 2 scavengers, so I swept in and took his quirk. Right after he hit me for 4 hearts of damage, so I ran for my life. Thankfully he didn't chase me. In the end of day 1, I found Endeavor, and what kind of a villain would I be if I didn't steal the #1 hero's quirk? Then I ran for my life because I knew he was still strong without his powers. I fought a Violet Vandal. When he died, he dropped his jumper, so I wore it because I had nothing else. To end the day, I fought a few more mobs. Day 2 began with me finding Todoroki, and you can guess what I did. That's right, I stole his quirk, and in the process, I accidentally removed all my other quirks that I stole. Yeah, I was still getting used to the mod. Using Todoroki's powers, I killed a skeleton, which did kinda take a long time, but that's probably because I'm still weak. Well, hopefully that's why, and I'm not bad at the game. Now, to thank Todoroki for giving me his powers, I began killing him. I had to remove Denki's quirk so he couldn't fight back while watching me kill his fellow classmate. When I killed Todoroki, he dropped his pants, so I wore it because I had no other armor. When I checked my stats card, I saw that I had become a vigilante, which is a step in the wrong direction because I want to become a villain. But that doesn't matter because I noticed that I had a skill point which I used to level up my power. I mined a few trees. I noticed a student in the distance and I went to kill her, but first I decided to steal her quirk. She had the acid quirk, which I don't think is any good, so I continued killing her. I killed a criminal, then instantly heard a massive explosion which I went to investigate, but I saw no one and thought it'd be best if I went the other way. I came across a cave and walked inside. As soon as I did, I spotted a glowing ore. When I got closer, I realized it was iron, but I couldn't collect it since I needed to fight a few mobs first. I collected the iron, but for some reason there wasn't that much in that cave. Using my two furnaces, I started to smelt the little iron I found, then enjoyed the view while my iron was melting, and the view was actually good. Using the iron, I made a shield and an entire set of iron tools. Then I went to bed. When I woke up, I gathered my belongings and began my day. I wanted to build a house until I had enough resources to build my permanent house, and I wanted to build it near the area where I spawned because I really liked the area. On my way, I heard an explosion, and what do you know, it was Bakugo. I decided it won't be safe for me to leave him with his powers, so I stole his quirk. And I also stole the student's quirk, which was air cannon. I found the area where I wanted to build my house, but then I saw this really cool mountain and decided it'd be better to have a house up there. I climbed the mountain and set up a little workshop. Then I placed torches all over the top of the mountain because I didn't need any mobs pushing me over the edge of the mountain and killing me. Once I was done, I saw Endeavor, and I stole his quirk because I needed it and didn't want him to use those powers against me. I was going to push him off the mountain, but I got distracted by an explosion, which by the way was nothing because I didn't see anyone. Day 4 began with me trying to get down the mountain. I figured out the fastest way would be to drop into water and swim down. I then found the guy with the full steel body and stole his quirk, but for some reason he still had the steel armor activated. I planted some sugarcane, then chased and killed a rabbit. I'm very proud of that kill. I found a cave with a lot of iron, so I mined it all because I didn't have any. Once I was done, I noticed on my minimap I was near a mine shaft, so I got really close to it and started mining down, hoping I would find it. And what do you know, I fell into the mine shaft and started exploring right away. I saw a spider spawner, so I went to break it, and as soon as I did, I noticed there were spiders coming to attack me. So I tried blocking them out, but they started falling from the sky. They actually really scared me. I walked deeper into the cave and discovered this blue ore. I'm not sure what it is, but I had to light up the area before I could mine it. As I was doing so, I was attacked by this cave spider who made me extremely low, and because I didn't want to die, I chose to end my mining trip and ran back home. Day 5 started with me smelting my iron, cutting down a tree and almost making a full set of iron armor. I say almost because I didn't have enough to make an iron helmet. I needed a bit of wood, so I went mining around these little bush things which only had 1 or 2 wood logs inside, which wasn't much, but it was okay for what I needed. I then started construction on my starter house, which has to look good because I'm the #1 villain. To make the house look better, I added stairs to the roof. I was adding the finishing touch to my house, adding a door and replacing the floor when I accidentally started burning down my whole house. What I think happened was I forgot to turn off my powers. Slowly everything around me started burning and I was lost for words, but luckily I think it was all just a bug because when I logged out of the world and came back, everything was fixed. From day 6 to 8, I fly on the top of the mountain so I could make a house later on, and so I can easily walk around because right now it's uneven and really annoying. Oh yeah, and I was attacked by this criminal who I defeated easily, but I'll give her that she did make me low. Day 9 began with me finding a wonder trader. When I checked his trades, they were super bad, so I probably should have killed him just because of that reason alone, but I didn't. Looking back at it, I probably should have also killed him for the leads you get. I jumped off the mountain and landed on water. I'm not going to lie, I honestly thought I might die there. Then I saw Muscular and went to see if I could take him on. I knew he was going to be a hard opponent because if you guys saw the fight from the anime, it was intense. Soon as I got close to him, he punched me and did 5 hearts of damage, which is when I knew I was in big trouble, so I began to run for my life. He hit me with another attack which brought me down to only a heart. So I was panicking and just running for my life. That's when I noticed he somehow got stuck in the water, and I managed to escape with my life. Yeah, I guess I got saved by the water. I needed food, so I went in search of some animals. Thankfully, there were some chickens and sheep nearby. I made sure to activate my fire fist before killing the animals, since if the animals are on fire before they die, you get cooked food. Now it's actually time for me to be a villain and kill Denki. Once we began fighting, I quickly realized his quirk was actually going to be annoying because he kept damaging me when I was close to him. But that didn't matter because he wasn't strong enough to kill me. I killed him without a problem, but I will give him credit for taking me down to 4 hearts. Afterwards, I found a cave which had iron, so I collected it. I saw an Enderman and thought it would be a good idea to fight it. It was kinda hard because it kept teleporting everywhere. I thought I was fighting one of them, but turns out there was two. Yeah, I was in trouble. And they quickly got me down to 1 heart, but I wasn't going to give up this easily. And I somehow managed to win, and I was proud of myself. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm level 3 now, which means I earned 2 other skill points which I put in health, and that's why I have 2 extra hearts. Then I finally made my iron helmet which completed my armor set. I made buckets, a lot of stone walls and a few fence gates. I wanted to make a farm because finding animals for food was taking too long and this would solve that problem. While I was killing a vandal, I realized there was now a sludge monster and a scavenger on my farmland. This wouldn't have been a problem if I still had the rank of a villain, but because I was killing a few criminals, it made my rank go into civilians, which means they will now target me. I went to fight the sludge villain, but he was too powerful for me since I believe he has the acid quirk, which poisons me and at the same time he hits me, which causes me to take double damage. I fought a few low-level criminals, then came across Donkey who was doing this really cool move where he had lightning all around him. I tried pushing him near the sludge villain so they could fight, but his lightning started attacking me so I retreated. I tried battling the sludge villain again and it was going fairly well, until he decided to make it rain acid, which got me extremely low. So I tried running away but he followed me and made me only half a heart, but thankfully I lost him afterwards. At the end of the day, I fought and killed Denki again. I kinda feel bad for him looking back at this because he's the only student I kept killing. But I guess I'm a villain, so it's okay. Day 11 began with me doing a really cool water bucket trick shot. Then I used my skill point to upgrade my strength to 3. I came across the Mentos and planned to battle him if he attacked me first, but he didn't, and I didn't want to waste my time battling him now because I wanted to build my farm. First, I started off by placing stone walls around the area where I wanted my farm to be because I didn't want people to walk over it and ruin the crops. While I was placing the fence gate down, I noticed Endeavor was just flying around and fighting criminals. Before I knew it, there was fire everywhere, which was really annoying. But to be honest, I couldn't do anything about it yet because Endeavor was still stronger than me and I couldn't kill him. I fixed a row of my farm and planted 9 seeds because that's all I had. I was out of food, so I started looking for animals, and after a while I found some cow and sheeps. I found a skeleton in my farm and killed it. I don't know why these criminals wanted to fight me because they saw me kill the skeleton and should have been scared of me. But I did grant their wish and I killed them. After killing them, I leveled up and gained a skill point which I put towards my power. It's starting to look like I'm the good guy for killing criminals, but don't worry because I make sure to kill more heroes to make up for it. Now I could finally continue with my farm work. After doing some farm work, I killed a few police officers. Then came across a student who didn't fight back while I was killing him. Then I killed a few more police officers. When I returned to my farm, I noticed a police officer and Inasa was inside, which irritated me because I had to put up walls to keep them out, but they somehow got in. So I punished them by murdering them all. Day 13 began with me killing the Wonder Trader and his llamas. You can call me evil, but that's my job as a villain. I then finished flattening the top of the mountain. Once I was done flattening the top, I started adding stone walls so I don't accidentally fall off, or more like I don't get pushed off while in a fight. I found a wild Todoroki and decided to fight him to see who's better at using his powers, me or him. Yeah, the fight wasn't really fair because he wasn't fighting back much, but you can see that I've gotten stronger. However, he did get me to 1.5 heart, but I'm still stronger. I killed a couple more SWAT officers, then a criminal which leveled me up. I used the skill point and put it on my power once again. I came across Todoroki again and this time he wasn't playing around. As soon as he saw me, he attacked. I wasn't sticking around because I knew he wanted revenge, but he chased me and wasn't going away. Luckily for me, there was some water stopping him, so I used long distance attacks to make him low, then finished him off with my sword. As you can see, I'm clearly stronger. Rest of day 13, I collected seeds and planted them on my farm. Day 14, I was getting tired of having to climb the mountain every time I wanted to go home, so I was going to make a stairway up to my house. I started off by making a lot of stairs. The rest of the day I spent working on this stairway. When it got dark, I was just about finished with the stairway, but there were still a few more things I wanted to add. Oh, and I had to kill this creeper before I could go bed. Day 15 began with me murdering a couple of police officers as a typical villain's day. Then I looked at my beautiful stairway that I made. When I was returning home, I was attacked by a super powerful student who instantly made me low. I tried fighting back, but she was more powerful, and this is how I got my first death. When you die, you lose all the quirks you've collected, but luckily you get to keep your level, which is good. I went back to collect my stuff, but first I had to make sure to steal the student's quirk so she couldn't kill me again. She had the Hellflame quirk, which explains why she was so powerful, and using it I killed her. I spent the rest of the day making my stairway look better. I spent days 16 to 19 killing a lot of people and collecting a lot of wood. My day began with me collecting some wheat so I could make some bread as I was running out of food. I spent the next couple of days mining because I was low on all resources and was hoping I could find some diamonds. And I did. They had this really cool glow on them which made them so much better. I guess this mining trip was successful because I got a lot of resources, but I do wish I found more diamonds. Day 31 began with me making a new furnace and smelting all my gold and iron. Using my diamond, I made a sword. I kinda wanted to save them for now because I knew I would need them later on. While I was down in the mine, I fought and killed a few criminals, which allowed me to unlock my third ability, which was called Firefly, and it allowed me to fly. This was going to be a super cool and useful power. Then I figured out the best way to kill the sludge villain, which was to use distant attacks and for the finishing blow use my sword. Afterwards, I was attacked by this weak student, who I defeated quite easily. I used the same strategy on Kendo and killed him, but this took me forever because he had a lot of HP and my attacks didn't do much damage on him. When I got home that night, I found a few criminals outside my house, and you can guess what happened to them. I found two criminals stuck on a hill, so I killed them. I know I'm super nice. Then I did a bit of farming, and since it was such a big farm, it took me forever to replant all the seeds. I killed Chomper, who was super easy to kill. To be honest, I thought he'd be harder to kill. I found 1,000 eyes, and because he was in my last My Hero video, I decided to pose with him before killing him. Let me know in the comments if you guys remember him. I leveled up to level 14, so I got another skill point which I used on health. Let me give you a quick update on my stats. My health is now at level 5, power is at level 8, and stamina is at 1. I'm not really focusing on increasing my stamina right now. Using my Wii, I made some bread. Then I started construction on my house. I started off by creating an outline with the wooden logs. Then filled in the area with birch wood because I didn't want the house to look boring, so I used a different type of wood. It was starting to get dark, but I was almost done with creating the platform where my balcony was going to be. And trust me, this house was going to look really nice when it's done. Day 33, I was making the upstairs of my house, and I was pretty much doing the exact same thing as the bottom layer. I noticed a sludge villain while working on my roof and knew I had to kill him or else the heroes would come and demolish my house in the process of killing him. I knocked the sludge villain off the mountain with firebolt, but he lived since he fell on water, but it didn't matter because I went and killed him with my sword. The rest of the day I finished my roof. I was finishing off my balcony, but I wasn't sure on what type of wood to use as my fence. This took me a really long time to decide, but I went with keeping birch, so it goes with the style. However, I didn't have enough birch to make the fence, so I had to go get some wood. And of course, I had to kill some students on the way. I made some more birch fences and finished my balcony. Then added doors to my house, and to finish the day, I replaced the floor with birch just so it looks better. I collected my gold and iron so I could start smelting some sand because I needed glasses for my windows. It's been a while since I killed Denki and he was stuck on this hill, so I feel like this was the Minecraft world telling me to kill him, so I did. Yeah, don't worry, I also killed some police officers. The rest of the day was just me making some windows and filling them up with glasses. Day 36 began with me collecting some sand because I needed more glasses. After a while, I was finally able to fill all the windows with glasses. I then relocated my bed to my upstairs bedroom, which would provide me with a better view of my land. Then I collected some leaves and put them next to my stairs because if you didn't know, adding leaves to anything makes it look 10 times better. I spent the rest of the day killing a few people because why not? After all, I am a villain. Days 37 to 40, I started working on my basement. Sorry, I mean my villain layer. The bit that took the most time was digging out the area for this area. The rest was pretty easy. I'm not going to lie to you, the bit I hated the most was organizing my chest because I had to do it, and it was so time consuming. When I logged in on day 41, I noticed my skin didn't load. But I'm not going to waste time on reloading the game, so we're just gonna have to be the default skin for a few days. It does feel weird not having my arm, but we'll get used to it. My farm took a bit of damage because villains and heroes fight here often, so I had to repair the damages and of course I had to kill a criminal that was stuck in my farm. Then I harvested my crops and replanted all the seeds, which once again took a long time. Using my Wii, I made some bread. The rest of the day I repaired my stairway because someone kept breaking it, and that's pretty much all I did for that day. I figured out a new way to drop down super fast and not die. It's kinda like the MLG water bucket, but it's different because instead of using the water bucket, you use your firefly, which stops you from taking fall damage and is a really cool way of getting down. I was going to start making my fenced in areas for my farm animals, but I found the guy in full steel armor and began fighting him. I tried using a lot of different quirks on him to see if I could find his weakness, but trust me, nothing would do damage to this guy. That's when I stole his quirk and used it for myself. He gave me the exact same armor as him, but for some reason it didn't take away his, which it should have, but maybe that's not added in the mod yet. Anyways, after a long and boring fight, I managed to kill him. Finally, I began making the fenced-in areas where my farm animals were going to be. Then I spent a lot of time finding and bringing the animals back to my farm. On day 45, my skin started working again, and it's fair to say I was excited. I made a diamond pickaxe, then remembered where a lava pool was, so I flew over there and collected some obsidian. I killed a student from far away, then began fighting Todoroki. While flying home, I saw a sludge villain killing a few people, and I'm no hero, but I couldn't let this happen because he needs to know who's in charge. I easily killed him and flew home. Once I was home, I made an enchanting table and knew I needed more leather to make bookshelves, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get level 30 enchants. I did a bit of farming, then fed my animals. First I kinda did accidentally start burning them, but then I turned off my powers and fed them, and that was the end of the day. I found Bokugo and he was already low on health from I believe another battle, but it doesn't matter because I killed him. I will give him credit for doing 5 hearts of damage, so if he was at full HP I might have died. Then I found 2 sludge villains that were one shot. I don't know how they got so low, but I guess easy XP, am I right? Then I spent a lot of time killing animals that could give me leather. Also I found a village and robbed their bookshelves. On the morning of day 49, I realized I had 3 skill points, which I used 2 on health and 1 on power because I needed to become stronger. And since I was now level 20, I unlocked a new ability called Jet Burn. What it allowed me to do was basically become a human flamethrower. Yeah, it was pretty cool ability, but I had to be careful not to burn down my house because that wouldn't be good. I did my cool trick to get down from the mountain, then flew over to the sugarcanes, which I collected. Using sugarcane, I made lots of books, and using those, I made them into bookshelves. Luckily for me, I just about had enough to get level 30 enchants. Now I made a little island away from my mountain because I was going to build my nether portal there. The reason I made it look like this is so if any heroes or villains come from the nether, they will be stuck on this island and won't be able to destroy my house. I made a lot of iron pickaxes because I was about to go on a mining trip as I needed diamonds. I'm not going to lie to you, these couple of days were really boring, except from the fact that I got super lucky and found some diamonds. On day 60, I broke some gravel until I got flint, which I then used to make a flint and steel. I was kinda surprised that I didn't have flint, but yeah. I then went into the nether and got a decent spawn. I found a warped nether biome which will definitely come in handy later on. Anyways, I spent the next few days killing blazes and collecting their blaze rods. Also, I have to say, the shaders looks great in the nether. From day 63 to 70, I didn't do anything exciting but kill a few endermen for their ender pearls. You can probably guess why. I made myself Eye of Enders, a new shield and some armor, then prepared myself for the end. Using the Eye of Enders, I started tracking down the stronghold, which did take a long time. Once I found the portal room, I was attacked by a zombie and a creeper. I had to be super careful so the creeper doesn't blow up and break the portal, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to fight the dragon. On day 74, I filled in the portal, and it made a scary noise, then I jumped in. Once I spawned in, I flew to the top and started breaking the crystals right away. Luckily for me, my powers did effect on the crystal, which meant I could fly close to them and shoot a fireball to destroy it. Once I was done breaking the crystals, I began fighting the dragon, and here you're about to see one of my biggest fails yet. I was debating if I should keep this in, but sure, I'll embarrass myself for your entertainment. What happened was the dragon came down and I hit him a couple of times. Then he threw me up in the sky and I failed my MLG water bucket. Yeah, let's never speak of it again. Anyways, killing the dragon wasn't too hard because all I had to do was wait for him to come down and hit him a couple of times. Also, not failing my MLG water bucket was really useful. Oh, and sometimes I did use fireball to hit him. Once I killed the dragon, I could finally collect all the XP. By the way, the only reason I wanted to kill the ender dragon was because I needed a lot of XP to enchant my diamond armor, and this was the easiest way to get it. I collected the dragon egg, then returned home. Once I got home, I saw my powers was gone, and I was a bit worried, but turns out all I had to do was reselect my powers, but they were still there. I placed down my ender egg to show off my achievement, then made myself full diamond armor and enchanted it. Also enchanted all my tools because I had a lot of XP, and I did get some pretty good enchants. I went down to my farm to do a bit of farming, but I was attacked by the student and I'm sure she had the explosion quirk, so this might be difficult. My idea was to steal her quirk so she couldn't use it against me and I killed her easily. Now I could finally do a bit of farming. It was really annoying that people kept destroying a part of my farm, but maybe we could do something about it in the future. I found a wild Todoroki and killed him to show him who's boss. Also, thanks to my new armor, I didn't take much damage at all. I spent these 3 days just fighting heroes and villains, but mostly heroes so I could level up. Day 81, I cleared some land on top of the mountain so I could begin my next big project. Then I start construction on my bridge connecting these two mountains. I know this probably won't look nice because I haven't done anything like it before, but this was the perfect place for it, and I couldn't not do it. Before I knew it, it was dark, and I haven't made much progress, but I was determined to get the bridge done. I quickly realized I was out of wood, so I went to get a lot. Day 83, it was back to making the bridge, and I was really pleased at how it was coming along. I was really pleased with today because I almost finished the whole bridge and only had a few more things to add. Day 84 to 87. Okay, here's some bad news. Because I was recording this really late at night, I kinda forgot to press record. Yeah, all I can say is I'm sorry, but don't worry because you didn't miss out on much. Okay, so here's basically what you guys missed. I finished the whole bridge and remember how I thought it would look bad? Yeah, it wasn't bad, it looked amazing. Maybe I should do more of these builds in these videos? Let me know in the comments if I should. I feel like it's been a while since I killed anyone. And I saw some police officers outside my house, so it was meant to be. For the rest of the day, I made some armor stands and displayed all the outfits I've collected. One of my goals was to collect all the outfits and have a display room for them, but we're probably gonna have to save that for 200 days. All I did on day 89 was kill Endeavor, and that was pretty much all. On day 90, I spawned in the huge robot which Deku broke on the test day or something. I'm not really sure what it's called, but anyways, I wanted to fight it. This robot was really hard to beat because I don't think it's meant to be in the game, and when I went close to it, it went invisible. After a while of trying, I finally managed to kill it. On day 91, I fought another robot which did look really cool, and this one was much easier to kill. On day 92, I fought yet another robot which kinda does look similar to the last one, and this one I killed with my hands. I'm starting to realize these robots aren't fighting back. I then fought the last robot, which does look really different from the others, but was still easy to kill. I think these are still in the works and aren't in the game because they're not fully finished yet, but I really wanted to try them out because they look so cool. I was still only at level 30 and it was almost the end of 100 days, so I knew I'd have to spend a lot of time grinding if I wanted to achieve my goal for this video. So I spent days 93 to 80 grinding to earn XP and level up. On day 99 I repaired my diamond armor because now it was time to fight the big bosses and I needed to be prepared. When I came outside my house to use the bridge, I saw it burning. And I tried to put it out but soon realized it was no use because everything was burnt. This made me super sad because it took me so long to build it and I was super proud of it. So when we do 200 days, we'll just have to fix this bridge up. Now it's time to fight Nomu. Last time I fought him was a while back and he was kinda weak. But now he's a lot stronger and I'm not sure if I can take him on. I spawned him in and started burning him right away. But he did have this really cool soundtrack. The fight was going really well, and I was making him low while he wasn't even attacking me. But soon that changed when he started attacking me, doing a lot of damage, and started healing. That's when I realized I was in trouble. I kept trying to fight him, but he was clearly stronger than me, so it was basically unfair. I can't win the fight against him now, so I'll let him have the win, but I'll become stronger and we'll have a rematch. Day 100. It was now time to fight the other Nomu to see if I could defeat this one. This was the eyeless Nomu, so I think he should be weak. While fighting him, I quickly realized he didn't have the healing power like the other Nomu, so this fight wasn't really fair, and I killed him and won. I know one of my goals was to fight all for one, but after the first Nomu fight, I think I need to train and become stronger. So let's save that fight for a 200-day video. And don't worry, I'll also get my revenge on Nomu in that video. And that was 100 days in My Hero Academia as a villain. This video was actually really fun to record and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider dropping a like and subscribing because it really does help out the channel. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.